Hey there, and welcome back to Amethyst Tree Tarot. Today I'm going to be trying a new reading. So the theme for today's tarot reading is going to be for all signs. So this can be any sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign. I'm going to work through them in order. And essentially, I'm going to draw 4 cards for each sign. The overall energy is going to be drawn using the traditional Rider-Waite tarot. Your energy will come from the Animal Spirit Oracle. Their energy is going to come from the Gaia Oracle, and then the action, outcome, advice, how to proceed, etc. is going to come from the Angel Answers Oracle deck. So with that in mind, I'm just going to jump straight to it. I'll pop Oracle cards out of the way and pull them in as we need. So, angels and spirit guides, what messages do you have for Aries? Okay, so the overall energy for you, Aries, in this reading is the Page of Swords. So even the skin tone of this person is like a fiery, kind of orangey, kind of, and red shoes. Yeah, this is very Aries. You're, I wouldn't even say very Aries, like a little bit Aries, but you're slowly starting to cut things out of your life. This could be, this could be people, this could be career, this could be study, this could be, hobbies, sports, whatever this is, or whoever this is. It feels like it's building. So if this was like the King of Swords, the Ace of Swords, that would be like quite sharp and quick, but I feel like that's where it's headed. It sort of feels like, yeah. And again, because this is a shared energy reading, like this could be the overall theme, you, them, or you, that, whatever this is for you. Like it's starting off slow. You're slowly cutting things out, but it feels like it won't stay slow for long. So how are you feeling about all of this, Aries? What's the energy that you're in currently? How do you feel about this slow change that won't probably stay slow for very long? Oh, lordy. Alrighty, so we have the Badger Spirit in the reverse, or the protection mode, which is be fearless and bold. This feels sort of like, not that you are not fearless, or not that you are not being bold. It's not an opposition energy. It's more like maybe less so than you normally would. Or you're being a little bit more cautious about it, is what it is. So even if you can somewhat logically comprehend that this is good or has to happen, you're like, oh, okay, like I guess if I have to, like, you know, it's less about, you're not afraid of it. You're a little bit afraid of it. You're being cautious and slow, as opposed to just sort of charging at it like you normally would, which doesn't feel terrible. It may not be a bad thing, you know, maybe thinking about it a little bit more and perhaps taking your time before this potentially builds is probably good for you, Aries. How are they feeling about it? What are the opposing energies feeling about all of this? You know, what's their thoughts? What impact is this having on them? Yeah. Because you seem to be fine with it, mostly. Again, you know, not everything's black and white, right? Like there's a lot of grey, and at times we can get caught up in thinking about what if this, or what about that, or blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, it's good to reflect and think things through, but yeah, you're okay with it. Purification, water, emotional cleansing, rejuvenation. This person is quite naked, which resonates more strongly energetically. This feels like water makes me think tears and like exposed, like they're feeling very exposed, but perhaps what they're not realizing or they're not seeing just yet, you know, if they just turn around, there's, you know, a little halo of light sitting at the top, but instead, yeah, kind of looking off to the distance, bit glum, but also kind of smiling. This is, yeah, confusing. So it's like they're going through a purification process, or they are quite emotional about this. Certainly more so than you, by the looks of it. So maybe you instigated this change, or even if you didn't, you're coping with it better. Yeah, which is really weird if they're the ones that were like, oh, this has to change. You're like, all right. And they're like, oh, what have I done? Yeah, they're not seeing the good that can come from it, or they're not understanding. They're stuck. They feel exposed. They feel very, very exposed. All right, so to close it out for Aries, what's the advice, or what's the, you know, the outcome, or how to proceed? What's next? how should this, yeah, energetic connection evolve? How should it change? Because it's going through a slow change, and you seem to be handling it quite fine compared to them, or vice versa. Like, you know, again, take the energies as they resonate and how they apply to your situation in a general reading. But from what's being shown here, it certainly feels more like, even if there is a certain level of reluctance on your part, you you have the understanding that they appear to be missing. Improving health. Great, so whatever this is obviously very good for you, or very good for both of you, and I think you see that. You see the victory in this. There's a little cup here which could symbolize, love in some ways, but possibly twin flame. If any twin flames are watching this, you can sort of see the spiral coming together in around the cup, and then sort of shooting a rainbow up